Hi there, this is Ed Herzog, and in today's video what I want to talk about are lifetime deals and how to decide which deals to buy, which ones to pass on, when to buy them, how to decide all that sort of stuff. Now before I get into answering that question, when and how to buy lifetime deals, I want to remind you to subscribe to my channel. I've got a lot of videos coming out this year. Again, I've mentioned this in other videos. My goal this year is one video a day, Monday through Friday through all of 2020. I'm going to give you a lot of videos on tools, tips, and strategies to build and grow your online business. Second thing is, if you like this video, please make sure to hit thumbs up. That gives me some feedback, lets me know that I'm giving you information that is of value to you. So let's talk about lifetime deals. As you may know, if you're watching this video, hopefully you do know, there are software products, normally software as a service products, that you can buy as a lifetime deal. Normally you get a very discounted rate on the product, often something like $49 to $59, $69, $79 for a single code. And then often you have options to buy more codes if you want additional features. And this is obviously substantial savings over paying monthly for something. You know, if you're currently using a similar product and paying $10, $20, $30, $40, $50 a month, you can save a lot of money. But there are some kind of issues or complications, some drawbacks to buying lifetime deals. Some of the companies do go out of business. Normally these are not long-term established companies that offer lifetime deals. Normally these are companies that are offering a product that's, I'd say kind of an advanced beta. It definitely they normally have a fair amount of functionality, but they're not at the level of kind of the established companies in terms of the features that they offer. So, there is more of a risk of these companies going out of business. A second risk is that when these lifetime deals are offered, one of the reasons why these companies offer a lifetime deal is they want to get feedback. They want to get feedback on what features are potential customers looking for. So that way they can plan and develop for improving their product in the future. The problem is some companies then don't follow through on continuing to develop the product. So you're kind of left with this product that's kind of in an advanced beta stage, and it basically becomes unusable. It's just, it's shelfware. And so it just sits there, you spent your money, and you get no value out of it. The third issue with lifetime deals is what I call lifetime deal addiction. I know that, when I first found out about lifetime deals, I'd been in online business for a few years before I even knew these things existed. And once I found out about it, I'm like, oh my gosh, look at all these deals I missed out on, all these great products I could have had for this amazing price. And so, then, I found out about these deals, and I was like, oh, I want this one and this one and this one and this one. It's very easy to get addicted to these deals. I see in Facebook groups, people say, I've got 5 different meeting and calendar apps, I've got 3 webinar apps, I've got 6 different graphic design apps, 4 apps for, sending emails, etc. And they're not using any of them. And so, it's very easy to kind of, you're always looking, oh, wow, this one looks great, this one looks great. It's very easy to get into that addiction mindset and this kind of, what they call FOMO, fear of missing out. And it's a very powerful kind of addiction. And so, if you're in that mindset, that can become an issue too, because you can start buying things that you don't really need, that aren't really going to help your business and end up just sitting there. So, first of all, if you're wondering where to buy these deals, AppSumo is obviously one of the marketplaces and one of the better known ones. But there are other ones now, Deal Mirror, PitchGround. There are Facebook groups that have them. They're kind of ubiquitous to a certain point, which is one of the reasons why you really shouldn't worry so much about missing out, because what I've seen now, there used to not be that many lifetime deals, and so if you did miss one, you may be, something like that may not come back around. But now there's so many of them. I mean, even AppSumo, which used to have about 8 to 10 deals at the same time, now has like 30 or 40 or 50. And then, you've got all these other companies coming out with lifetime deals, other kind of deal pages. And so the chances of kind of missing out on something is a lot less than it used to be. Even if you miss out on one product, chances are in a few months a very similar product will be coming along. So, this fear of missing out is something that you should probably just not worry about, because chances are it's not really going to happen. You might miss out on one product, but you'll be able to pick up a very similar product. So so what should be your baseline for buying a lifetime deal? I think, first of all, you have to start with the basic of any sort of investment in your business. And that is this investment, is buying this lifetime deal going to save me time and or save me money or make me money, right? The opposite of saving money is making money. So, it really has to be about time and money, right? Those are the two most essential parts of any business, right? We all want and need to save time because most of us have like a long list of things to do. So any way we can save time is great. And obviously saving or making money. Again, every business needs money. It's the lifeblood of business. If you're not making enough money, you're going to go out of business, plain and simple. And so, you've got to start there. You've got to start looking at, when you're looking at an app, at a product, you've got to really look at it at the very bottom line. It's very easy to look at something, oh, wow, that looks very cool. Wow, neat, interesting. But, you have to take a step back and say, is this something that I really need? Is this something that, either right now, right today, I need for my business, or in the very short term? 1 to 3 months from now, this is something that is going to save me time or money. If you're looking at, I see some people buy products and it's like, well, I see this as a long-term investment. But what I see is like a year or two has gone by and they're still not using it. So it becomes this very long-term investment. In my opinion, if there's not kind of an urgent need in your business, either right now or within maybe 1 to 3 months to use a particular type of product, then I would pass on that. That's how I evaluate things. And I've kind of really reduced my addiction to buying these products by really being very strict about what I really need in my business versus what is just kind of cool and interesting and, at the end of the day, doesn't really offer me value in my business. Now, obviously, every business is different, and what offers you value is going to be different than what offers me value. So, I can't tell you exactly what you need. You've got to be aware of that yourself. But I would take a, look at it that way. Again, does it save me time? Does it save or make me money? And is it something that I really, really need either now or within maybe 1 to 3 months? So once you've kind of looked at something within that framework, then you can start taking a closer look at some of these tools, some of these apps, some of these software products that are being offered for a lifetime deal. One of the first things to do is check out comments, see what people are saying about it, see what questions they're raising. This is one of the reasons why I do like AppSumo is because AppSumo has been around for a long time. They've got a pretty well-developed community of people that have been in business for a long time, and these people really, a lot of really sharp people. More intelligent than I am when it comes to this stuff, in my opinion, right? And they zero in on, hey, what about this feature? What about that? What about this? Why don't you have this? What's going on here? Pay attention to the comments, pay attention to the questions that people are raising about a particular product. And then also see how does the company, how does the developer, how does the owner respond? That's going to tell you a lot. How open are they to receiving feedback on the product they developed? I've seen some products where, there's a lot of resistance to making changes. It's kind of take it or leave it. And if it's a take it or leave it, for me, that's a pass. I'm not going to buy a product if the owner or the developer is saying, nope, this is what it is, and too bad. If it doesn't have what you want, that's too bad. Now, obviously, you have to take that with a grain of salt. If somebody's asking for something that's completely unreasonable or something that really doesn't fit within the vision of the product at all, then of course the owner or developer should say, no, I'm not going to do that. But if it seems like a very reasonable request and they're saying no, then that for me is a pass. I mean, an example right now, and this is actually a product you may be aware of, is related to AppSumo, but they're technically separate companies, but a product called KingSumo, which you use to do contests and giveaways and that sort of thing, that's currently available. Now, KingSumo has been around for a long time. They've currently, they're right now pushing their software as a service version as opposed to their WordPress version, their WordPress plugin version. And, KingSumo has some great features, there's no doubt about it. But relative to their competition, they also are missing a lot. But what I've seen in, people are asking about adding features and, there's just all this resistance to adding what is some very basic and common features for this sort of software. And so, I'm looking at this and saying, this is never going to be as good as Viper or Gleam or Kickoff Labs or any other contest software. And so, yeah, you save money, but you're also going to be using a very mediocre product if you use something like KingSumo for your giveaways or contests. So you've got to look at what comments are people making, and then how does the owner, the developer, the company respond to those. Second thing I would suggest is to watch reviews. YouTube, look for reviews on YouTube, look for demos on YouTube. I don't do as many of those for lifetime deals as I used to. I still do some of those, but there are, generally for just about any product that's on some sort of lifetime deal, someone does a review of it. Someone does a demo of it. So, and they're very easy to find. If you just type the name of the product into YouTube, you can generally find them very easily and watch them, right? I mean, most of them are going to be 10 to 20 minutes long. It's not going to take a lot of your time. But that way you can really see, what the product is, what it does, how it might help you, what the features are, what the drawbacks are, how does it look. And then, whether or not you can find a review. The other thing is look to see if they've got a free trial. I'd say about 50 to 60, maybe even 70% of the products that come out on some sort of a lifetime deal, you can sign up for a free trial. Normally it's 10 days, 14 days, maybe even 30 days, and try it out yourself. Don't always rely on a video to show you what something is like. Try it out yourself. See what it feels like. See what, can you easily understand it? Can you, because that's the other thing. If, I've looked at some products that, for me, the learning curve was it was too steep. And I just said, I don't want to do a review video of this because it's going to take me too long to learn how this product works to then show it to other people. And so, when that's the case, if it looks like something that's going to be a really steep learning curve for you, that may be a very easy pass for you. I know it would be for me. I like things that, where it's very clear that whoever developed this knows how to put together a good UI, a good UX, where I can just jump in as a newbie and get up and running in no time at all. If it's got a steep learning curve, that for me shows me that somebody that hasn't really thought through their product very well. So what other things to look for? What plan are you receiving? This is one thing that you'll sometimes see, is that you get offered what's called like a special plan. The problem is that you're not mapped to one of their existing plans, and so when they release future updates, you don't know what you're going to get. Are you going to get those future updates or not? You're always safer, you're always better off if you're mapped to a particular plan. If you're not mapped to a particular plan that they offer on their website, there's definitely more of a risk. There's more of a risk that you're not going to get future updates. Maybe they'll give them to you, maybe they won't. If you're mapped to a particular plan, then there's you can always say, hey, look, this is the plan you promised, this is what's offered on your website. I should be given these features, right? It's very clear. Without that, you don't really know what you're going to get in the future. A second thing to look for, or another thing to look for, is do they have a roadmap, and how developed is that roadmap? I've seen roadmaps that, they just throw them together. It's, it's like a Google sheet. I've seen other companies, oh yeah, we'll get around to that. That shows to me that they don't really have much of a vision for their product, and they don't really know where they want to go with their product. One of the products I recently reviewed that I really liked, and one of the reasons why I liked it, called Harmonizely, is because they do have a very well-developed roadmap. I mean, they've got, 1 to 3 months, 3 to 6 months, 6 to 12 months. It's set up on Trello where people can vote and say, what features they're really interested in. They clearly have thought through what features are important for, Harmonizely, if you're not familiar with it, is a calendar meeting scheduling app. They've clearly thought through what they're missing, what they need to add. They've got priorities in terms of where they want to go. That for me gives me some future and some confidence in terms of, where the company is heading. If it's, if they come in, if they're releasing a deal and the company doesn't know what the roadmap is for the future, that for me is a red flag. It says, again, they want my money, they want your money, but they don't really know what the future or the vision of the company is. And so for that to me is a definite sign that this is a deal I probably want to pass on. What else? Another thing to take a look at is, again, how does it compare to its competition? Now, when I say competition, I don't mean like another app that's on a lifetime deal that's also kind of an advanced beta product. I mean, how does this kind of, again, the term I'm using is advanced beta product, how does that compare to a more developed product? If you're looking at there have been some products recently where, for email sending services, similar to a MailChimp or an ActiveCampaign. So compare that to a MailChimp or an ActiveCampaign. How does it compare? Does it have the features that, that these other ones do? Which ones is it missing? If it's missing a lot of features relative to the more developed apps, that's probably something you want to pass on because it's so far away from being something you can use that, you just have no idea when it's going to be useful to you. It may be a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now. You just don't know. Again, my King Sumo example I just gave you. Not only, King Sumo is very resistant to making changes from what I've seen, but they're also, again, they've got some great features, but they're also missing so much. It makes you wonder if they were open to feedback, they're still a ways away from being what I would consider a useful app. And so, when I compare them to a Viper, when I compare them to a Gleam, when I compare them to Kickoff Labs, they're so far away that for me it's an easy pass. It's, I'm just looking at this and saying, I would rather spend whatever, $30, $40, $50 a month, or whenever I decide to do a giveaway on a more established app, than save some money and use something that's just not even close to its competition. So, you have to kind of compare these lifetime deals, these, again, advanced beta products to the more established competition. Another thing is, what is the customer service like? Test out the customer service. A lot of these companies do get very busy when they launch a lifetime deal because they do get a lot of customer service inquiries. So you've got to be, you do have to be a little patient, but, send some questions to their customer support and see how they respond. Check out, do they have live chat or do they have some other system for getting in touch with them? And again, send some questions, see how they respond. It's customer support, if you're not satisfied with it, if you're not getting timely responses, if people don't respond to your inquiries, if they don't give you answers that help you solve whatever issue you're struggling with, that's probably a sign to pass. It's probably a sign to, to say that this is not something that I want to invest in because when I need help, it's probably not going to be there for me. Another thing is, what is the refund policy? Now, AppSumo, in my opinion, has the best refund policy I've seen. You get a full 60 days to try something out. And when you decide to refund, it's like a couple clicks and boom. Now, obviously, if you pay by credit card, it will take a few days before the money shows up back on your credit card. But the process is very, very simple. It's the easiest I've seen. Most others are 30 days, and it's maybe a little more involved. I know another site out there, SaaS Mantra, I've refunded a couple things with them. Very easy. I mean, it's not quite the 2-click thing that AppSumo has, but, they refunded my money no problem. So, you do need to know what the refund policy is. That can affect things. Again, AppSumo does give you 2 full months to try something out. And so you do have time to evaluate and decide, is this product being developed? Again, getting back to this issue of, are they going to continue to develop the product? Well, with AppSumo, you got 2 full months to find out what they're going to do. Are they going to start delivering some of the things that they've promised? With some of the others, you're only going to probably get 30 days, sometimes even less. I've seen 15 days, and I think Stack Social is, some of them don't have, it's 0. You buy it and it's yours. And so, that refund policy needs to be a criterion that you look at. If it's a 30-day policy and you're going to be too busy to actually look at the product within that 30 days, then you may want to pass. It may be, the timing is just not right. It's a good product, but I'm not really going to have time to look at this, and the refund policy is going to be up, and so I'm going to have to walk away from that. I'm going to have to say, hopefully something else will come around, but this isn't the right timing for me. So definitely take a look at the refund policy because that can also, in my opinion, play into whether or not you want to buy something. And then, once you've looked at all that, for me the bottom line is this. Is this a product I can either use absolutely right now because it's such a good product and, yeah, maybe it's missing a few things, but it's, 90% there, or can I see this being developed within the very near future? Is this something that with a few tweaks here and there, a few new features added, features that are on the roadmap for the next couple, within the next couple months, can I use that? Is this a product that is maybe 75 to 80% of what I need? If it's a product that's less than that, less than kind of 75 to 80% of what you need, I would pass because you're probably going to be waiting a long, long time before that becomes a useful product. And what's going to happen is, other products are going to come along that are better developed. You've bought this product, it's going to become shelfware for you. If it's not at least 75 to 80% of what you can use, when you buy it, there's a very good chance you're never ever going to use that. I would only, when it comes to these lifetime deals, I would only ever invest in products that are, again, 75 to 80% of what you need. Again, what you need in a product is different than what I need. Again, getting back to my recent review of this app called Harmonizely, I mentioned in my review there are 2 key features that we're missing. They're on the roadmap for the next 1 to 3 months. So for that for me, now I don't do individual coaching or consulting anymore, but if I did, I would buy Harmonizely in a second. I mean, to me, it was such a great product. It's only missing a couple things. It's on the roadmap soon. I could see, this becoming an amazing product in no time at all. It's already 80% there. With a couple changes, it will be 90 to 95% there. And, soon after that, it'll be, 100% there. But if it's starting off at a lower level, it's only like half of what you need, you're going to be waiting a long, 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 long time for that product to be what you need it to be. So that is my kind of take and my opinion on lifetime deals. Now, you might have noticed something here. Now, I do affiliate marketing for AppSumo. It's one of the ways I make money. And yet I'm encouraging you to buy fewer lifetime deals. So I hope that makes you sense that I'm being honest here, right? I want you to buy fewer products because I want you to, I don't want people to be wasting their money on things that aren't going to be of value to them. My goal is for you to help grow and build your online business. If you're buying products that ultimately are going to end up shelfware for you, whether it's a product that never gets developed, a product you don't really need, a product that you already have because you already bought 5 other calendar apps. My goal is don't do that, right? Even though if you click on my affiliate link on some of these reviews and you buy one of these products, I do get money. I'm actually encouraging you to buy fewer of those. I'm encouraging you to, perhaps for myself to make less money, but for you to, for your business to hopefully be healthier and for you to, not stress out so much about all these lifetime deals because it's getting a bit overwhelming in the marketplace. Again, there used to not be that many, and now there's just a ton of them out there. And so, you really need to evaluate which ones are a good fit for you and which ones, are just an absolute pass. So those are my thoughts. I'm always always open to questions and comments. Again, my goal is to respond as soon as possible. If I'm working when you ask a question or comment, I'll try to respond within 1 or 2 hours. Otherwise, it may be a bit more of a delay. Subscribe to my channel. I've got lots more videos coming out. Hit that notification button as well so you know when I've got a new video. And if you like this video, if you found it of value, please give me that thumbs up. That's always, makes me feel good. It, tells me, hey, I'm doing a good job. People like the content I'm producing and they're finding it of value. So that's it. Have a great day and I will see you on the next video. Bye.